I went from $1,000 to $15,000 a month with YouTube Shorts. And when I was just starting YouTube Shorts, I was only pulling in a couple thousand views every single day. And this was my first month of doing YouTube Shorts. And don't get me wrong, I was already pretty skilled at what I do and I knew what I was doing. And after I stopped treating YouTube as a creator job and like an actual business, that's when I was actually able to scale to $15,000 months. And this jump right here, it's not complicated and it's not a beginner story. This is what actually happens when you start treating YouTube like a real business. I'm not going to tell you how to make your first $1,000 with YouTube Shorts. You've already done that. What I'm going to show you is how I went from a few grand a month to $15,000 a month. And I'll show you how to do this by doing less work, not more. And by the end of this video, you'll walk away with a system that actually prints views, not just some kind of inspiration BS video. This is for people who are already in the game of YouTube Shorts, not just beginners. And I'll show you the actual momentum I got after I stopped being a creator and actually started treating YouTube Shorts like a real business model. If you're sitting at $3,000, $5,000, maybe even $8,000 a month, and you feel like you're working twice as hard as you actually should be, this video is for you. Because the thing that unlocked $15,000 a month wasn't a viral video, it was a decision. Right now, you're making money, but you're doing everything. You're actually editing the videos. You're filming the content or doing outreach to find the clips that you need to use. And you're chasing trends that only go viral for a few months. And this is what keeps you stuck at a few $1,000s a month. Your revenue is tied to how much time you're actually putting into your content. If you stopped posting today, you would stop earning money. And that's a bad thing. And that's something we want to fix. The better your content gets, the more you feel like you have to do. And now scaling just feels impossible because you keep putting more and more time into your videos. You're not building a business. This is all a trap. You're building a more elaborate job. Here's what my week looked like when I was making $1,000 a month with YouTube Shorts. On Sunday, I would plan out the content and I would spend maybe 6 to 8 hours actually looking and finding content. And then on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, on these periods, I would just spend the whole time editing and I would have no time to do anything else. Then I would spend the next couple of days batch posting all my recordings. And this is what actually took the most time, was the editing and the batch posting. It seems like it's not a lot, but it actually is. And this ties back to Sunday where you go back to planning. And this is your week every single week. You just repeat this week by week by week. I wasn't even a creator at this point. I was a one-man production company with no employees, basically a full-time job. The creator economy just tells you to post more often, post daily, do that, do this. And that just wastes more time posting videos every single day that barely get any views. More volume without a system just means chaos. You're actually not going to be able to get anywhere with this type of system. The advice is for people who are stuck at zero and not actually making any money from YouTube Shorts. This doesn't apply to you who are trying to automate your channel and actually start printing $15,000 a month instead of those couple $1,000s a month. And I remember this is one of my older channels. When I used to post every single day, I would sometimes have days where I couldn't post. And this is where my revenue would just drop off to $20, $30 every single day. And then I would come back and start seeing my numbers climbing up and up again. And sometimes get some random viral spikes, but I would never have consistency. And I'm going to be completely honest. A lot of you are the same. You're daily uploading. You're not feeling like you're going anywhere. Sometimes you're making $20, $30, $40 a day, but it's not nearly as much as you want to be making. You wish that you could have these consistent viral spikes, but actually happening every single day instead of sometimes having $200, $300 a day for 1 week out of the month. And then the rest of the week, you're making pennies. And the real question is, what if you didn't do the parts where you're bad at, which is daily uploading or actually investing your time into your channel? I took a few weeks off in summer and I realized I literally didn't even make anything. I was making pennies a day. And then I realized something. This is not even a business. This is not passive income. This is a job where I cannot quit. And if I do, I'm not going to be making any more revenue. And this is where everything changed. I took a mindset shift. The shift wasn't a new content or editing strategy. It is realizing that your job is to be the face and the brain, not the production team. A CEO doesn't assemble their own future. They hire people who are better at it. So instead of spending all this time daily uploading, you could have someone doing it for you. In content, your value is your ideas, your personality, your expertise. It's not your ability to use CapCut or to edit these videos that take hours and hours to plan out. The question should be, how do I stop making videos and should start to be, how do I build a business or a machine that actually prints money? How do I build a business or a machine that actually makes videos without me? I had to stop thinking like a creator and start thinking like a business owner. And those two are genuinely two different jobs. I completely took out editing. I did not edit anymore. I handed it off and I never looked back. And now I'm the happiest I've ever been. I don't have to spend hours a day editing videos without seeing barely any results. And I'm actually able to batch post videos and make real income with YouTube Shorts. And I stopped deciding what days I need to post. I just started batch posting instead. And this works wonders. And I stopped measuring success on how hard I worked. And I started measuring success on how much output and revenue per hour I'm getting out of my time. Let's compare this to a restaurant. The chef isn't washing dishes. The owner isn't waiting tables. Everyone has their own job, their own lane. When you're doing everything, you're the owner, the chef, you're the dishwasher, you're the waiter. And if you're doing all of that, that restaurant will never open a second location. That's just say with YouTube Shorts, if you're actually doing everything yourself, you're doing the editing, you're doing the planning, you're doing the content, you're batch posting your videos every single day, not weekly, you're just going to get burnt out and you're not going to be able to open other channels and you're not going to be able to print that $15,000 a month you want. And you're going to be stuck at that $1,200 to $3,000 a month. A lot of creators think that hiring other editors or doing this feels like cheating, or they think that the content won't be authentic. But in reality, your ideas, your voice, your face are still 100% yours. The editing is not the art, your idea is. Every major creator that you like has a team behind them, but they just don't talk about it. You're not your editing software. You are the person in front of your camera with something worth to say. Everything else is not you. All you need to do for this is go on any editing Discord servers or Twitter, and you can find yourself an editor. And this is kind of how the phase would check out. Every Monday, you would write down 30 trend or video ideas. Then you would write a hook for 3 or 4 of these video ideas that you come up with. Then you would batch record. Then you would send these video ideas to your editor if you're doing something like outsourcing other people's content. But if you're doing your own, you would just record all these 3 to 4 videos in about 90 minutes or so, just the raw content, and you would send it over to your editor. You send the raw footage to your editor, they handle everything else. Then you can either give access to your channel by clicking invite, or you can batch upload these yourself. I would definitely recommend giving this access to your editor so he can also put in the titles, the thumbnails, everything for the short. Then all you need to worry about is the actual planning, and he takes care of everything else. My job in this entire system is about an hour and a half through 2 hours every week. That's it. The rest runs without me. But a lot of people fear, what if my editor doesn't get my style? The answer to that is really easy. You write a brief 1-page format, pacing, rules, caption style, music style, editing expectations, and you send that over to your editor. Then after they make the first couple videos, you review them and tell them what they can fix. After 2 to 3 videos, they already know your style better than you do because they are watching everything with fresh eyes. The cost of a shorts editor is between $10 through $15 per short. That is nothing compared to what your time is worth. The first time I watched a video that my editor made without me touching it, and it was genuinely good, was one of the best feelings because I realized the bottleneck was never content, it was me. And to be honest, this even happens to me sometimes today. The first month of you doing this type of new switch in your YouTube Shorts business model, that first month kind of feels weird. What I mean by that is you might feel like you're not doing enough, but you just got to reframe it. Feeling productive and being productive are not the same thing. Your job was to remove yourself as the single point of failure, and you did that. All right, so here's the steps on actually how you're going to build your team. Your first hire is always going to be an editor. This one is the biggest time suck and is the easiest to find. Second is a script writer or a video planner. This one is optional, but it's very good as well, and it's not expensive as well. And you could also hire him for scheduling, captions, and repurposing. This is low cost, but high value. First off, DM people who are in the same niche as you and ask if they're taking clients. Most of them actually do. Also, Twitter search is a really good place to find editors. Just search up something like Shorts Editor for Hire or Vertical Video Editor, and you should be able to find some legit results. Also, look at other editors' portfolios or check Discord as well. A good place to find editors is just go on YouTube and find some YouTubers who have some video editing Discord servers. These always have bunches of editors. And do not hire them unless you see their first couple of videos that they make for you. You need to run a paid test first. Pay them a little bit just for a few videos. After that, see if they're for you or not. These are some red flags to watch out when you are looking for video editors. If they've only edited long form videos, or if they ask for full payments before actually delivering the videos, if they miss the deadline and don't say anything, or if they push back on the brief instead of asking questions. And this is the cost reality check of getting an editor. Usually cheap or mid-level entry shorts are anywhere from $5 to $20. At 30 videos a month, you're spending roughly $300 through $450 on editing. If your channel is making $3 through $5K a month, this is the best investment you can make. You're not spending income, you're buying back time that actually compounds. Now we'll talk about actually going from $5,000 to $15,000 a month with YouTube Shorts. Lever 1, volume without more of your time. Once the pipeline runs clean, adding a second editor doubles your output. Going from 30 to 60 shorts a month is a hiring decision, not a creative one. Volume is the compounding asset on YouTube Shorts. More videos means more discovery, which equals more revenue. Your content engine already works. Lever 2, multiple channels, same pipeline. Your content engine already works. The same system can run two different niches, can run two different channels in adjacent niches, which means that if you're already finding success in one channel, you'll be able to put that style into a different channel within a different niche, and that'll be able to print you even more money. Remember, YouTube Shorts is pretty inconsistent, but if you have a few channels, it gets more and more consistent over time. 2 channels means that you'll have double the ad revenue, with maybe 30% more overhead. I'm not working twice as hard. I'm just building more channels on the same playing field. Lever 3, repurposing the flywheel. Once certain videos actually start going viral, you can see what in the editing actually made them go viral. Is it the script? Is it the editing style? Is it the video idea? Is it the pacing? And you can take that into your own accountability and start making more and more shorts using that same system that you used to make that one short go viral. Then you'll be able to pull consistent views across your entire channel, doubling or even tripling your income. And once you have those few outliers, you can keep sending those to your editor and telling him to recreate those as well. Well, in the end of this, you don't really scale by working more. You scale by removing yourself from the parts that don't require you. The content still needs you. The ideas still need you. What doesn't need you are the videos. What doesn't need you is the production itself. The version that took me to $15,000 a month isn't about going viral. It's about building something that prints revenue whether you're at your desk or not. That's a business, and you are closer to it than you think. If this video was useful, then subscribe. I post one of these kind of videos every week. No fluff and no beginner basics. And if you need help one-on-one scaling your own channel, make sure to check the link in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one.